Hello class, my name is Thomas Norman, Psi 625, Biological Basis of Behavior, Instructor John Cosmo. The selected article of review is a collective works with Yam, Prendel, Marcinski, and is titled A 10-Year Longitudinal Trajectories of Older Adults, Basic and Everyday Cognitive Ability, Neuropsychology. Brief overview. I have chosen to review this article because it is associated with behavior modification. My career path of choice is in the field of mental health and substance abuse and veterans assistance. A review of the works of Yam, Gross, Prendel, and Marcinski detailing correlations of cognitive learning functions such as verbal memory, reasoning, inductively visual processing speed, vocabulary, and verbal memory. According to our core study text this week, the focus of psychopharmacology and the methods and strategies of research, these two focuses give direction to the effects of drugs on the brain and well-being of an individual, as well as the approaches of examining substance effects on an individual over time under observation. In addition, this article under review uses the controlled longitudinal trajectories method to measure the cognitive maintenance over time, accumulating a decade. The selection of participants were adults that came from a non-treatment pool with a clean bill of health. Research and study direction suggests that conditioning has proven to be a contributor to aspects of behavior. This study used common daily activities such as recovering, memory recall, responsive completion time, and reasoning. The results favoring decline in aspects of cognitive functioning over time. The methods used. Participants were healthy older adults drawn from a non-treatment control group N698 of the Advanced Cognitive Training for the Independent and Vital Elderly randomized trial, and were assessed at baselines 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10 years. In addition, the analyses that were conducted were by the use of latent underlying growth methods. These models examine the connection between levels and change in basic cognitive abilities measured using laboratory-based tests, i.e. composite of psychometric laboratory measures in inductive reasoning, verbal memory, visual processing speed, and vocabulary, and everyday cognitive performance measured using objective performance-based tasks involving everyday stimuli. Variables of this study design. The variables of this study focus on the comparing slopes of cognitive constructs that took into consideration of age, sex, general health, intercept, reasoning intercept, memory intercept, speed intercept, vocabulary intercept, and reasoning slope. Other associated variables including age, sex, race, and years of education, and the MMSE, were collected at baseline. Strengths and weaknesses of the study. This article outlined some concerns of limitations associated with the study design. For instance, the article outlines 4 limitation concerns. 1, a more thorough neuropsychological battery could measure multiple aspects of executive functioning, as well as subdomains of memory and processing speed. 2, sampling of research study and participants' final stage of developmental lifeline, meaning that all the participants were in the ages of 65 and older. Concern 3, difference in cognitive slope explained with controlled inductive reasoning, which voided any added predictors, meaning that one answer eliminated us from predicting other cognitive developmental process status and maintenance throughout a duration of a decade. Particular modeling approaches used in this current study did not specifically isolate material rational from Reese test-related differences in growth of everyday computation, nor to the causal status of predictors be evaluated, given that the analysis in this paper examined only the associations among concurrent growth. The strength of this article gives insight to aspects of cognitive study design, observation over time. In addition, the conditioning, shaping, memory. In my opinion, the results of this study allows advancements and other theoretical perspectives. For example, as Erskine would have trended, brings with it a new transition into the third age, which is potentially accompanied by new learning and potential. With this being mentioned in relation to this study shows that an individual can continue to have an exposition in the area of cognitive learning. So even though the individuals that participate in this study, according to Erikson, were in the final stages of the 8 stage of developmental lifeline, it is suggested that cognition is evolving throughout an individual's lifespan, despite the results of this study concluding that cognitive aspects functioning decline with age. Reference: Yam A. Gross, Pendle, and Markeisha, 10-year longitudinal trajectories of older adults, basic and everyday cognitive abilities. Parson N., Psychology of Behavior, and Goud M., Erikson's 8 stages of developmental. Thank you, class, and enjoy.